Binance is about to continue exploding, and just like I explained you earlier, Binance is really going to end up doing very well because Binance has got the Binance Smart Chain, and there's obviously going to be a lot of centralized finance or decentralized finance. And in today's episode, we are going to be talking about burgerswap, Burger token, and Bakeryswap and the Bake token, because there's going to be a lot of momentum, and these particular centralized finance tokens have been built on the Binance Smart Chain. So this is one of the reasons why the price of Binance is going to continue exploding, because there's going to be a lot of demand for Binance. And besides that, we're also going to be talking about the inner details, the very essential details about Burger token and what you really need to know and how it usually works. Is it going to be profitable or not? And we're also going to look at the Bake token and how you can actually get to farm it, because apparently there's only about 3 hours remaining in order for people to start farming the Bake tokens. We're also going to be looking at just a little bit of information as far as the Bakeryswap is concerned, because both Bakeryswap and burgerswap are Uniswap equivalents which have been built on the Binance Smart Chain. I go by the name of Muna, aka Beyond 10x. You know what you need to do right now? You really need to smash up the like button, because it really helps me sort of gain some momentum here on YouTube, and it really shows me that you are enjoying all this valuable information that I'm giving out. So please kindly smash the like button right now. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Be part of the Beyond 10x family. So without further ado, here we go. So anyhow, Binance Coin has got a market cap of about 4.7 billion US dollars with a $1 billion 24-hour trading volume. And if we look at the maximum price chart right over here, right, the previous all-time high was around 39 US dollars, and we are currently trading at 32 US dollars. You know what? Binance is one of those cryptocurrencies which could actually give a run, or rather which could actually, you know, give Ethereum a run for its money, because Binance has just got the whole ecosystem. Talk about the utility, Binance Exchange, the whole marketing thing is really something that really entices a lot of different projects to sort of start creating on the Binance ecosystem. So this is one of the reasons why, obviously, when decentralized finance or even centralized finance is going to be taken, or rather when it's going to be explosive on the Binance chain, right? Obviously, a lot of different products or projects are going to be built on the Binance Smart Chain, because every project out there wants to get the Binance stimulus package, and this is very valuable. And of course, centralized finance is kind of different from decentralized finance, and it has got its own perks and disadvantages. So we are going to jump into those, because for all the people who are currently doing yield farming, right, you guys already understand that it is extremely difficult for you to turn out to be profitable, because liquidity pools usually close. You need to like swap, and just it's like very tedious, and it's very hard to do. So this is one of the reasons why perhaps having like some centralized finance where everything has been automated and you don't really need to like worry about all those things, I think it might be a little bit profitable. So we are going to jump into that. But before we go into all those details, right now Binance Coin is actually ranked number 6, and if we take a look at the all-time cryptocurrency chart for the Binance USD Tether, right, we are able to notice that obviously Binance is almost coming to its previous all-time high, and right now we are literally around the major resistance here. So here we have like quite a lot of resistance, but due to the fact that we had explosive volume, look at these buying volume candles right over here. These are very explosive in comparison to the previous history that we had, right? This is actually way much more explosive than what we had in 2019. Look at that. Look at that amazing volume right over there, which is very helpful. And if we take a look at what is going to be happening, right, obviously if we just end up crushing this resistance and then we just end up going up, there's going to be like explosions, and we are most likely going to be able to experience a Binance new all-time high probably in the next coming 1 or 2 months. So this is going to be something which is going to be very important. However, if we switch on, or rather if we switch to the 4 hourly, right, we are able to see that we kind of smashed the resistance, right? The all-time resistance, and perhaps we are starting to have the resistance turn into support. Okay, so previous resistance turns into support. So are we going to have a situation where the $32 per BNB is going to end up being support? So that is obviously going to be something that we are going to be observing in the near future. However, if we look at the different oscillators, especially on the daily, right, we are seeing that we are having explosive growth here. We obviously experienced like a bullish crossover on the MACD on the 9th of September. So we are just beginning to continue our upward momentum. So if we take a look at the weekly MACD, right, we're just getting started. We are just getting started. So there's obviously going to be much more explosive growth. However, if BTC is going to end up correcting a lot, obviously everything is going to be affected. But due to the fact that there's going to be a lot of demand with regards to Binance Coin, right, due to the fact that there's going to be like a lot of different tokens which are going to be listed on the different Binance decentralized exchanges such as Bakeryswap and burgerswap, right? There's obviously going to be more and more demand of the Binance coin, and this is one of the reasons why it is obviously a safer bet, especially if you are going to be in cryptocurrencies for the next 1 or 2 years. So this is a very, very good play to make. However, you just have to like dollar cost average, and you just never know when the whole tables might turn, if you know what I mean. So anyhow, that's enough about Binance, and I really think it's going to do tremendously well. Now let's talk about burgerswap and the Burger token. So to all the people that really managed to get in a few days ago, I mean, this project is like literally less than 48 hours. I'm sure you have encountered about 30% loss right now, right? So to all the people who were mining Burger tokens, I'm sure you guys are doing pretty bad right now. It's about 30% down. I think when it just got released, the price of Burger tokens were around $3, but right now they are around $1.90 or even like around $2. I don't know. Yeah, just do the calculations that you guys are going to be able to like find out the price. So what is happening with centralized finance, and why is centralized finance a little bit better than decentralized finance? Well, obviously you have experienced a lot of different rug pulls, right? Kimchi, SushiSwap, plus a whole lot of different, decentralized finance have just turned out to be scams, Ponzi schemes, and sometimes the advantages of centralized finance is due to the fact that there's going to be like some added security, especially for legit platforms. Of course, these particular decentralized exchanges, Bakeryswap and Bakeryswap, right? These are not really endorsed by Binance itself. These are just like third parties creating on top of the Binance chain. So please do not be very, very overexcited and just putting in a lot of money into these particular platforms, because they haven't even been audited, the security hasn't even been tested and all that stuff, and moreover, they don't really have that Binance sort of stamp of approval. So these guys are just basically building on top of the Binance chain, so please be extremely careful. So now let's just do a little bit of reading as far as burgerswap is concerned, and the different perks that they have. So according to this, right, if you are going to be providing liquidity, you're obviously going to be earning a percentage from the transaction fees and the listing and the delisting, and people are going to be able to sort of vote, because Burger tokens are obviously some governance tokens. So when you have access to the Burger token, right, you have got some authority over this particular platform, because you are able to sort of participate and just be able to like be responsible for the fate of this particular exchange, because you are able to sort of vote for some, whatever changes they need to make and all that stuff. So it actually gives you control and power, and that is something which is very good, because it gives power to the community. Can you imagine if you were able to like sort of dictate what cryptocurrencies are directly being listed on Binance? I think that really gives more power to the community, and sometimes we have cryptocurrency projects that are extremely good that can actually do very well if they were listed on Binance, but due to the excessive fees, the listing fees that Binance has, a lot of these different projects basically do not end up getting listed on Binance. price. Like for example, we've got a very good practical example whereby DGB, right? DigiByte wasn't listed on Binance because Jared Ted didn't want to pay a lot of the listing fees that Binance was offering, because it was a community-based type of project and they didn't have like enough money to pay Binance. But eventually, like after a few years, after about 2 to 3 years, Binance eventually listed it. But if you've got the power to sort of vote for some coins, I mean, if the community has got power to vote for some coins that need to get listed, then such type of platforms have got that incentive to provide more, or rather give more rights to the community. And this is something which could be very, very helpful. However, there are a few disadvantages with regards to the Burger token, because there isn't a maximum supply and there's going to be tokens that are going to be mined per block. However, the community is going to be able to decide to whether increase the number of burgers which are being mined per block, and whether they should reduce it or not. So people have got all those particular voting rights, and if you guys are going to be providing liquidity for this, right, then you are obviously going to be able to use your votes and just basically participate in how you really want the whole platform to be governed, which is very, very good. So anyway, I'm not really going to dive deep into these things because you can actually do all the reading I have, or I've got the list in the description box below. So if you really want to have access to this particular site, Burger King is on Medium, so the link is going to be in the description. Then you can just basically do your own research. However, I really think that in the meantime, getting to invest in Burger token is not really going to yield you a lot of profits. You actually stand more chances of making money investing in Binance, due to the fact that people are going to be needing Binance to stake different cryptocurrencies, which are going to be listed on burgerswap.com, or rather burgerswap.org. So it's better for you to speculate on Binance, because Binance is just going to be one of those inevitable pairs which are going to be providing liquidity. Of course, the Burger token might be very explosive in the future, and it might be kind of valuable, especially if there are going to be more and more projects which are going to be listed on the Bakeryswap, because Binance and Burger are going to be like one of those default liquidity pairs that people are going to be required to have in order for them to sort of list and just basically have their projects exist on the Burgerswap. So obviously Binance and Burger are going to have some growth in the end. But if you compare the two, right, which one are you going to go for? Having a BNB pair or having a Burger pair, which, I mean, Burger was just literally created and it doesn't really have enough value at this particular moment. Maybe in the future it might have like a lot of value, but I don't really see like a lot of people gravitating towards Burger token pairs, because they do not want to risk their money losing value by having the impermanent losses, if you know what I mean. So people are obviously most likely going to be gravitating towards the Binance pair in comparison to the Burger pair, and this is one of the reasons why Binance Coin is going to end up being explosive, if you know what I mean. So that's that with regards to Burger. So I'm not really touching this, I'm just observing. And yesterday the liquidity was around 12 million BNB, and today we are literally around 3.3 million BNB. So people have been selling, and remember that the team has to get their money, right? Because they obviously put in a lot of work and they need to be rewarded for their work. So they are highly incentivized to sort of sell some Burger in order for them to get BNB. So this is one of the reasons why the value is obviously going to be dropping. However, if this particular platform is going to be successful, right, then there's going to be added demand for it, and then potentially we might be able to like see the price of the Burger tokens increase in value. So that's just something that you just have to understand. So now let's move over to the Bakeryswap, right? So if people really want to start farming Bake tokens, right, obviously you guys need to be very strategic, because one, you have to understand that the early birds the developers, the people who've got, you know, some added incentives to propel this particular platform to another level, right? The people who got in early basically are going to be selling. They are going to be dumping on you, and they are going to be having, or rather obtaining, your Binance coins. So you have to remember, so as soon as it really gets out, of course some people might be able to like farm a lot, but remember, as more and more people continue farming, right, they are going to be selling their BEC tokens, and that is obviously going to decrease the price of BEC tokens gradually, eventually. However, there's going to be a period of time where the price is obviously going to start rising. So I wouldn't advise anybody to just risk everything, risk your Binance coins and just start staking BEC tokens, because one, you don't really know what these people are going to end up doing. You don't really know whether this particular exchange has been audited. You don't really know quite a lot of different stuff. So it's very important for us to just be sober and level-headed. But otherwise, on the contrary, maybe if you just decide to like risk it, you might end up making a lot of money if it indeed becomes extremely explosive. But according to this experience, or rather if we compare it with Burgerswap and how it really performed in the last few hours, right, it didn't really provide any profits for the people who were staking and buying, providing the liquidity for the Burger token. So that's just something that you have to look at. So I just do not really know whether Bakeryswap is going to be very profitable right off the bat, especially if you start farming your BEC tokens, because we do not really know what the value of the BEC tokens are going to be. But it is highly likely that the team, the developers and the people who go in early, or the early birds, they are obviously going to be dumping on you because they need to get their profits. So that is something that you have to think about. So if you are going to be farming this, just farm it for like a couple of hours, I don't know, like maximum 6 hours, and then just get out, because the longer you stay in, then the more you are obviously going to be able to like lose your value. So anyhow, now let's look at some few things about Bakeryswap, right? So of course, Bakeryswap has been created on the Binance Smart Chain, right? So Bakeryswap doesn't have any pre-sale or pre-mine. There's going to be fair distribution of all BEC tokens. The Bakeryswap team will only receive about 1% of all BEC farmed. The Bakery team gets 1 BEC token for every 100 BEC farmed. So every time there's going to be like 100 BEC tokens farmed, the team is going to receive 1 BEC token. So the maximum rewards for BEC stakers, the BEC BNB pool will earn 10x rewards compared to other pools. So at this particular moment, there's obviously going to be the BEC/the BNB pool, right? So this is one of the reasons why the price of BNB is going to continue going up, because people are going to be required to have BNB. Okay, then the first Binance Smart Chain AMA to offer altcoin liquidity pools, LPs such as Link and DOT. Okay, so according to this, right, there's going to be like more liquidity pool pairs. There's going to be Link and DOT and BNB as well. So that is very, very good. So we're going to be able to like observe what's going to be happening in the next few hours, like once it is released. And so how does Bakeryswap work? So okay, Bakeryswap has 2 types of liquidity, with BEC rewards and without BEC rewards. This is to facilitate the creation of new liquidity pools by the community. Only designated liquidity pools will have BEC rewards, and among those, the reward multiplier for each will vary, typically based on the value they provide to BEC holders. The initial set of liquidity pools and BEC reward multipliers are going to be as listed below. Alright, so 10x for the BEC BNB, 3x for the Binance BUSD/BNB, Ethereum BNB 1x. Alright, so these are the different reward types that you are going to be receiving based on the pair that you are going to be receiving. So obviously the most lucrative is going to be the BEC one with the BNB, because they really want to incentivize people to be buying more and more BEC. Okay, so that's where perhaps the value of BEC is going to come from. So trading fees and reward distribution. Bakeryswap applies a 0.3% fee to all swap trades, of which 0.25 will go to the liquidity providers and 0.05 will be converted to Bake tokens and given to the Bake holders as additional rewards. Liquidity providers are given liquidity pool tokens, Bakery LPs, that represent their share of each pool and can earn a portion of the fees collected in these pools when removing the liquidity. Okay, so how will Bake release and distribute? Bake tokens will be gradually released to liquidity pools according to their respective reward multipliers. 1x rewards, 3x. Early farmers, or as we like to call them, early bakers, will be greatly rewarded in terms of the initial bake per block. All right, so the earlier that you get in, the more rewards you are going to be able to earn. So that's just something that you have to look at. And team reward. All right, okay, so here's some more information. So initial release schedule. First 30,000 BSC blocks, approximately 1 day. So like in the first 24 hours, there's going to be 400 bake per block. Okay, then 30,000 to about 900,000 blocks, approximately 29 days from now. And then, okay, so this is going to be the inflation rate and all that stuff, so you guys can take a look at that. So the most important thing is you are supposed to understand that the total supply of Bake is going to be 731,744,000. Okay, so that is going to be the initial, or rather the total supply, and eventually these are going to be the inflation rates. So okay, then the team reward. We are an anonymous group of developers who believe in the future of decentralized autonomous organizations, DAOs. We do not really believe in the pre-sale or tokens preserved for the team. The team will receive a relatively low share of rewards during the entire Bake farming period, which is 1 Bake for every 100 Bake farmed. Okay, so the developers are going to be sort of gradually be getting paid. The more Bake is going to be farmed, the more rewards they are going to be getting. So it is obviously in their best interest to continue improving the platform and just making sure that there's going to be like a lot of good projects which are going to be listed and the whole entire ecosystem grows. So that is something which is very, very good. So anyhow, yeah, let's look at how you guys can actually get to farm Bake and how you can just go about it. So first of all, you have to connect your metamask and you have to add the RPC. So this is basically what you're supposed to do. So basically just go into your metamask and then just add custom RPC, then enter these details, and then you're going to be able to like connect your Binance Smart Chain, and it's going to be visible in your MetaMask. And then just follow these instructions. Everything is very easy to do. I'm sure if you guys have used Uniswap, then it is obviously going to be very easy for you to like swap and just provide liquidity on either Burgerswap or Bakery. In case you really want me to like show you the exact methods and steps, please let me know. I can have like a separate tutorial which is going to be done. So if you've got any questions or if you really want me to like do that, please let me know in the comment section below, and then I'm just going to do like a step-by-step tutorial on how to provide liquidity on either Burgerswap or Bakeryswap.org. So it's been your boy Muna, aka Beyond 10x. I am so hopeful and grateful, and I really think that you guys have been amazing. Thank you for all the support that you have been giving me, and if you have reached this far, thank you. You are absolutely amazing. Kindly smash the like button in case you didn't, and hopefully in the future we're going to look back at this particular price and say $32 BNB was an absolute buying area. So yeah, talk to you a little bit later. It's been your boy Muna, aka Beyond 10x, and God bless you.